Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, WWE has abandoned a huge pitch for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
The truth behind WWE scrapping Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch.
We'll talk about what's next for Ronda Rousey after that match got scrapped.
And another former WWE champion is in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm rebranding as Steve Jobs.
This is the news.
Alright, let's kick this off. First wrestling news video from us of 2023.
Hey.
Hi. Let's talk about Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania.
Yes.
New report here from Fightful Select covering a bunch of different WrestleMania plans, actually. But interestingly, this is something that I don't think had ever come up before or been rumored before. There were pitches at one point, and they've been abandoned. They've not been spoken about since a while ago. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Ooh.
Interesting stuff here. It's reported here that Cena's status for what is the biggest wrestling event of the year is currently unclear. Unnamed WWE wrestlers had been pushing to work with him as far back as July. The internal conversation has moved on to people like Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Both of them have been rumored several times in the past, and I think either of them could conceivably face Cena at WrestleMania, but it won't be Cody Rhodes. This had been pitched several times under WWE's previous regime, but Fightful hadn't heard of it coming up under the new regime. So that means, obviously, this was a conversation that was maybe brought up under Vince McMahon's tenure. Well, he, of course, resigned in disgrace on the 22nd of July. Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan were made co-CEOs. Triple H was made head of creative and an EVP and all of that stuff. So it doesn't seem to be on the new regime's horizon. When you think about Cody Rhodes and WrestleMania, you think about potentially winning the Royal Rumble and potentially challenging Roman Reigns.
Yep.
But when you think about Roman Reigns and WrestleMania, you potentially think about The Rock as well. So Cody's status is weird and it's all over the place. Maybe they'll do Seth the Chef again. They've been kind of teasing in that direction. It seems to be an empty playbook at the moment. What do you think they're going to do?
I think Cody wins the Rumble, especially after the little video package and the thing we're going to be getting going forward, and the sort of, we're going to throw you off by hinting that he's not going to wrestle Rollins, which means you think he's going to wrestle Rollins, but he's not going to, I don't think. I think he's going to win the Rumble and win the world titles at WrestleMania. I do love the fact that the old regime, we'll just call it that to make it easier, literally on the Raw after WrestleMania went, it's the Raw after WrestleMania, here's Cody Rhodes talking about how he wants to win the world title, and then it still went, face Cena at WrestleMania instead. The only real disappointment here, because I think a Logan Paul Cena match or an Austin Theory Cena match is much better in terms of booking, because I know, old school or years ago Cena, people would have been like, you're not a real babyface, boo. It would have just muddied the waters between him and Cody Rhodes. But we could have had the Doctor of Thugonomics versus Who Told You It Was Open Mic Night. So I'm annoyed that we didn't get that.
At WrestleMania, it's coming soon.
That was night one. A wrap off night one, night two, Cena versus Rhodes.
Sure, why not?
Another match that's been scrapped for WrestleMania though, Andy, is one that we all anticipated was going to happen. Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, of course. Now, the Wrestling Observer reported last week that WWE had moved away from that, which came as a bit of a surprise, considering, like I said, many of us had assumed that, and it's sort of been rumoured from the moment Ronda Rousey returned that was eventually going to be the case. But DAZN's Steve Muehlhausen reported that people close to the situation basically just think it has lost its luster, and they've held their hands up and said, we probably should have just done the one-on-one match at WrestleMania 35, which, no one called at the time, so it's good to see them reflecting on that sort of thing. Rumours about Ronda versus Rhea, obviously. I'm not going to say any more because I may have trodden on your dick a little bit there. But that's the reason why that's not happening. I think it's the right decision, this.
Yeah, I agree. I was a big fan and in favour of the idea of saving Ronda versus Becky one-on-one for a later date. However, it's definitely lost its luster. It's just one of these things that happens, unfortunately. It's not got the same level of appeal, I don't think. Ronda's comeback run has not been great. I think it's fair to say. I'm still a fan of her in general. I think her first run was incredible. But she's definitely lost a lot of what made her special the first time around. And maybe you look at Becky, who's back as the man, back to this old character to a degree. Maybe you think, we need something a little bit hotter for her.
It's just nice to see WWE looking at something 4 months, however long out from WrestleMania, and going, you know what? No, let's not do that. Because for how many years did they just go, that's happening at WrestleMania? And you go, well, this is also, you could do this instead. No. Look at the parts you've got. Admittedly, as much as I agree with you, Ronda Rousey isn't the same Ronda Rousey from a few years ago. There's something there. There is definitely still something there that you can utilise. And Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch. You look at it and you go, is that, square peg, round hole sort of thing? Let's change it up.
Yeah, do something different. I like it. Self-awareness. You don't expect that, but you're getting it. What next for Ronda Rousey after this WrestleMania match?
So sorry, I realised halfway through as I was talking.
It's alright, it's a bit different. Fightful Select's coming through with the report saying that even though Ronda's not going to be wrestling Becky at the event, which they have confirmed here as part of this report, at least one top talent in the company thinks that Ronda will still have a big match at WrestleMania. Now, Rhea Ripley has been rumoured as a potential opponent, but Fightful were unable to confirm that. For me, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca is the match, I think, but I don't know what I'd have Ronda do in that case. But yeah, there you go. That's the report on that. It sounds like she's still going to have something big in mind. I tell you what, if Triple H can rehabilitate Ronda Rousey to the level she was at a couple of years ago, that is a massive booking triumph, but we'll talk a little bit about that when we hit the Twitter question.
Yeah, and instead we'll talk about the fact that, January, it's what day is it today? 3rd?
I don't
January
have
today.
a clue.
Everyone's just easing themselves back into work, and it's the same with this wrestling, to be honest. Just nothing really happens in January. It's just, the Royal Rumble, the combination of the Best of 7 series in AEW. And oh yeah, New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom's tomorrow.
You look for Dynamite tomorrow as well?
Of course, yeah.
What is going on, guys? Crazy.
Now, of course, Sasha Banks is a free agent now.
Mercedes Varnado.
Sorry,
please,
I've got to get used to calling it that, haven't I?
Yeah, or Mercedes Moné.
Moné, yeah.
Sasha Moné.
We don't know officially what her new name in ring is going to be, do we? The former Sasha Banks,
FKA,
is in Japan and is expected to show up at Wrestle Kingdom, potentially entering the IWGP Women's Championship storyline. There's a match there, obviously, between Kairi and Tam Nakano at Wrestle Kingdom.
Tam, low-key the best worker in Stardom. Come at me.
Yeah.
There you go.
But PW Insider have reported that Trinity Fatu, the former Naomi, is also in Japan.
Why do you say it like that?
Now that doesn't mean anything. Of course, she could just be there to support the former Sasha Banks. I'm giving myself a headache here. Or she could be getting in the ring as well.
Who knows?
Obviously, both walked out of WWE in May, late May.
Yeah.
Chucking their belts quite rightly at the desk of John Laurinaitis.
Screw you, Johnny Ace.
And walking out. As I said, Sasha Banks, free agent. We don't really know the contract situation for Naomi, so she could just be cheering on her mate, or she could decide, bollocks, I'm going to get involved in Osprey Omega.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Like, I mean, the thing about all these Sasha Banks stories, and there's been like 200 every week.
Yeah.
We're quite conscious of the volume of them that we've covered on here. The thing about all these stories about Mercedes is that often Naomi or Trinity Fatu, whatever if she's with WWE, I don't know, who knows. With her situation, she's kind of gotten buried a little bit by them, and it's like, hey, she's really talented and cool as well. What's going on with her? So I'm glad that this has come out and that she's going to Japan, and I'm happy either way. If she's just going to support her friend, that's awesome. If she's got some big thing lined up with Stardom or New Japan, that's really cool as well. It's even cooler, in fact, because it means she's going to be doing cool work.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of both of these people. I think they're both set to do great things.
Or she could just be having a nice holiday in Japan. I'd love to go to Japan.
Yeah, she might just be going on a little tour, man.
I wouldn't even have to. I'd obviously love to go and watch wrestling in Japan, but just a nice trip to Japan. Have you ever been?
I've never been. It's my dream holiday, though. It's just, it's a lot of money to get there and be there for like 2 or 3 weeks.
That's what we should work on this year. Me and you doing a holiday series in like a camper van.
Ah, we do have a travel budget this year.
Here we go,
There
baby.
you go, baby.
Right, let's move on.
Driving. I'm not driving abroad. I can barely drive in this country. Wrong side of the road. Sorry, right side of the road over there. I would get squashed.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting series. All right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question comes from John Harrison, who writes, Happy New Year, boys. Happy New Year,
Big
John.
John.
Happy New Year to all of you. How can WWE fix Ronda Rousey? Does she go away for a while and come back in time for a title feud at Mania? Does she go on a killer tag run with Shayna Baszler? I vote the latter. Have a great day. You have a great day too, John.
I think she does need to go away for a little bit. I don't think it needs to be forever, for like ages and ages. Maybe just between now and the Rumble or something like that. Or maybe just don't have her in the Rumble. But yeah, there's definitely a bit of fatigue. There's definitely a bit of fans. I look at it, like I thought the Raquel match this week was really good.
Yes.
But when you see conversations about her online and stuff, there's a lot of, come on, this is a bit tiresome. So I think a bit of a break would be good. The tag team with Shayna sounds like a good idea. They obviously have like years and years of history. They're good friends, blah, blah, blah. It makes sense to have them together. If you can build them up as a legitimate threat in that division, it would be good for the division and for them. Ronda, performance-wise, maybe needs to step things up a little bit on her end as well. There's been some not so great in-ring performances, unfortunately, and I really enjoyed her first run, so I'm not like attacking her work or anything, just offering some constructive thoughts. Yeah, I think both of these ideas are good.
Yeah, as a fan of Shayna Baszler, I like the tag team thing just because it means that people don't have to always beat Shayna to get to Ronda. And
I don't like that either.
Cool, you lost straight away. Nice. That's good. Because when they initially put them together, I was like, here we go. Just like the way I would have booked it is you don't even get to Ronda. Shayna just beats all of them. Like she's the hurdle that no one can get over. And then when someone finally does, that's when you get it on pay-per-view or whatever. And then you could even have Ronda suddenly going, wait a second, and just the classic, turned on you, then she's all alone for WrestleMania, etc., right? I don't know whether you bring in a mouthpiece for Ronda Rousey, because I did quite like towards the end of this world title run, but the way she was kind of almost being a bit like Dominic Mysterio, deliberately crap, it felt like. The whole, tell the China shop the balls are coming. Like, you know that's crap, right? But it's like, deliberately like, ice your arm, Raquel. That was all quite good. Yeah. But I do agree, I think she maybe needs to go away for a bit.
Take some time.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair's back and she's champion.
Bring that back. Come on. Big Chaz. Love Charlotte Flair. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. Aaron Hardy asked us about something that has been going on a lot over the break whilst we've been off, Andy. Aaron writes, how exactly do you think Dax's podcast upset people in AEW, and who do you think it upsets?
Yeah, this podcast, I didn't actually listen to the full podcast because I feel like I saw maybe like 70 different reports on 70 different talking points every single day. So I feel like I've listened to it without actually listening to it, just by reading headlines on Reddit and stuff and reading transcripts. So this is gonna. Oh God, this will just set a bonfire off by mentioning this name, Jim Cornette, right?
Yes, I remember him.
Here we go. Comments already a disaster. Okay, so the thing with Jim Cornette is I'm not going to comment on his various stances and all of that stuff, but just for the sake of this question, I think it is quite understandable that people would conceivably be annoyed with a guy going to bat for Jim Cornette when Jim Cornette has literally previously equated Kenny Omega to Adolf Hitler. And Kenny Omega's an EVP in that company, and so are the Young Bucks. So I think if people are upset, I think they have a right to be.
Yeah.
Adolf Hitler. He literally equated him to the worst guy who ever lived.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily is a good idea to just go to bat for someone who is kind of made a business model out of poo-pooing your entire company.
Exactly. Like, it's a bad optics. Hey, you can be friends with who you want, but like, come on, like, be smart.
At the same time, I do love a bit of the old
stirring the pot.
And if you're in AEW and you're like, bloody hell, bloody back for that bloody wrestling podcast, I need a different wrestling podcast. WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get podcasts from.
We've got a bald guy too.
Yeah.
Actually, we've got like 4, so eat it.
And the final question today, Andy, comes from a Twitter user I've not actually seen before, a guy called Wadham Ailborn, who writes, do you think Dominic Mysterio, aka Prison Mike, should win the Royal Rumble?
A Prison Mike?
Do you think he's going to be the belle of the ball? Well, I saw an opportunity here, Andy, and I wanted to talk about Dominic Mysterio being the best.
Being Prison Mike.
Being Prison Mike.
What was it he calls the jail in the office? The Clink. Or something like that.
You know, the worst thing is the Dementors. I love 2023. It's not your year. It's not my year. It's not his year. It's the year of Dominic Mysterio.
WWE or Dominic or whoever figured this out, at some point, someone sat down and went, you know what? Dominic kind of sucks at everything. Yep. Let's lean into that.
Yep.
And it's been great ever since.
Exactly.
I won't make it in prison. Was it? Mum punched mommy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, you psychopath? It's like great. It's not so bad it's good. It's like knowingly, this guy's a bit weird. So let's lean in. It's good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome. It's fun.
I really like it, and I think there's so much potential going forward to WrestleMania for this. And I really want the whole, because he was like, prison changes a man.
Hard time.
I survived it. I want them to reveal he spent less than 12 hours in the entire system.
He wasn't even there overnight.
Yeah, Mammy bailed him out straight away. He's like, oh man, I've seen some things.
Hard time. He literally said, I've done hard time.
Also, why was he in an all-white room wearing... I love it.
Is it Angel? That's why.
That's it, exactly.
He had a little toothpick and all that.
I might. I used to try and do it to be Ryan Gosling's character from Drive, but now I will do Dominic Mysterio.
Equal levels of coolness.
Yeah.
I feel,
And everyone can pull off that jacket, can't they?
Yeah, 100%.
Not just Ryan Gosling.
100%.
But if you're thinking of new clothing to buy with maybe some Christmas money,
turtlenecks,
it's
baby.
very nice. I like these. Are these new as well?
Yeah, these. I use these for kicking ass.
That's good. They're very good winter shoes.
Kicking ass.
These are not built for winter.
No.
You and I have. I'm not sure if the video's been out. Have we released the video yet from us, or have we not slagged off Phil at the appropriate time for him to release the footage of that?
We have not slagged him off appropriate time.
Still to come in 2023, baby.
Tomorrow's news.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're thinking, God, if some money burning a hole in your pocket, there's a new T-shirt that I wish had come out before Christmas because I had 100% bought it for you and given you on the news because Pro Wrestling Tees have launched a new Bobby Fish T-shirt.
Why?
And folks, where's the lie?
Hey, fair play, right? If Bobby Fish has made that himself, and he probably has,
Yeah.
that's a good bit of self-awareness. That's funny. That's good. That's good.
Genius.
Yeah. Did you see his advertisement for bookings?
No.
Oh, I've got it on my phone. Right. Bit of in video housekeeping.
I like
here.
this.
That's,
I love that that's just instantly on your phone.
Where is this? Where's the lie? I sent it to Michael and Michael.
I was going to say I knew.
Look at this. Bob Fish taking bookings for meet and greets. There you go.
Yeah.
Contact Frank. Look at how crap this graphic is.
It's the fire emojis.
Look at the replies from Daddy Magic.
Who's Frank? You're Frank, aren't you? I love Daddy Magic.
I am Bobby Fish.
I am Frankie Fish. Hello, Frankie Fish. Yes, I am available for bookings. And folks, where's the lie? Love it.
Hey!
Love you, Bobby. It's all in good.
Love the Bob Fish, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Good guy.
Right, let us know your thoughts on that. And
Is he a
ultimately,
good guy? Is he not mates with like Drake
yeah,
Words?
the jury's still out on that one. Gotta be
Yeah,
honest.
I'll retract that.
Good patter. Let us know your thoughts on that and all the news stories in the comment section below.
Battered fish. Hey.
Like, share, subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from. For daily wrestling podcast, we're going to review Raw. Hey, we're going to look ahead to NXT, but a little bit later on today as well. Thoughts, Twitter questions, all that good stuff at WhatCulture WWE on Twitter. We also take questions occasionally from our YouTube community page, so make sure you check that one out. You can follow us both on Twitter. You can follow Andy Murray at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Happy New Year.
It's good to be back. You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.